Today we're talking about Provo, Utah. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe so you can learn everything about Utah cities and everything real estate related. Today we're out here in Provo, Utah. I want to take you around, show you what there is to do, talk a little bit about the city, and show you maybe a little bit about what type of homes or living accommodations you can expect to find here in Provo. Behind me currently is the Covey Center for the Arts. This is a small art museum that you can come to here in Provo, downtown Provo, that has art on display. There are several different places inside of Provo that you can go in to art exhibits, Covey Center being one of them down here, downtown Provo. When it comes to eating in Provo, there's pretty much any type of food you could ever want located here. Behind me, just in this building back here, is my favorite Japanese restaurant in all of Utah. It's called Kay's Kitchen. It is amazing. It's on Center Street in Provo. If you have the opportunity to come to Provo, go ahead and give Kay's Kitchen a try. It is authentic Japanese food. With that being said, there is all varieties of food. You've got your typical fast food chain restaurants, but then you also have tons of mom and pop restaurants, all sorts of different types of restaurants here in Provo. So no matter what you're looking for, you're able to find that here. We've made it to a neighborhood known as the Tree Streets. This is on the east side of Brigham Young University, and it's one of the most desirable neighborhoods in Provo to live. The houses aren't very terribly big. They have these beautiful full-grown mature trees. It's nestled in just this quiet little community right here, the mountain directly to the east of us. So you're sandwiched between BYU and the mountains here. So you've got amazing views. It's nice and quiet, but you're really close to downtown Provo. You're only about 5-6 minutes away from all of the amenities that you have when you live in Provo. That being said, let's talk a little bit about homes and the people that live in Provo. So as of 2017, there was a little over 116,000 residents in Provo. 40% of Provo's residents own their own houses. So that's 60% are renters. So that means that there's a lot of apartments, basement apartments. There's a lot of apartment complex that the students that go to both BYU here in Provo as well as UVU in Orem live here in Provo because there's a lot of housing for that. There's also transportation. They have the UTA bus system. So this is Brigham Young University. It is located here in the heart of Provo. It is a full-fledged university that has some great athletic programs both in football and basketball. When we're talking about the rest of the education system here in Provo, Utah, the elementary through high school age students go to the different schools here that are all a part of the Provo School District. It's the only city in Utah County that has its own school district dedicated to its city. The great thing about having your own school district for a smaller geographical area, say opposed to the Alpine School District that is pretty much the entire north end of the county, where Provo is, it's super hyper local, and they're able to address the issues and concerns for the immediate schools a lot easier than a big school district can. So if you're looking for more input that is going to make impactful changes to your kids or your families, living in a city like Provo where they have their own school district is a huge benefit. When it comes to shopping and living in Provo, Utah, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of grocery stores. There's super centers. You can see behind me, we've got Macy's grocery store. There's a Target over here, dollar stores. Pretty much anything you can want, Provo has to offer. There's also a mall called the Provo Town Center Mall. It's a 2-story mall that has a food court, lots of different shoppings. It has a movie theater built in as well. Back behind me in this direction, you can see the tall multi-story building. Those are the Provo Hospital. It's an Intermountain Healthcare Hospital. So if you have insurance that accept IHC hospitals, that's the hospital that you would go to. And that's right here in the middle of Provo. When it comes to Provo parks, there's about 20 city-owned parks here in Provo. They range from everything from basketball courts to baseball fields volleyball courts. They have paths that walk along the side the Provo River that you can go running or jogging or walking on. They have a shooting range up the canyon, up Provo Canyon, a couple miles, where you can do skeet shooting or pistol and rifle shooting. The rec center has swimming. It has a fitness center and pickleball courts. There's all sorts of things you can do here in Provo. Thanks for joining us today on our tour of Provo City. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We love helping people buy and sell real estate here in Utah, and we'd love to help you too.